slow the entire army of Lyn, which he is going to be able to do relatively easily. So there's no worries, no worries whatsoever. His slow and healing capabilities are as good as they're going to get, or as good as they need to be, I should say. So, with that being said, now all he needs is more fighting units, more DPS, damage per second. Some people ask me that, and you get this damage per second, and that is going to be the damage of your army. Breakers don't really do that much damage, but they have a lot of HP. They do good damage for what they do. You know, they're strong. They steal chain or dispel, like the chain link, and you know they're good. They're not obviously they're not bad, but you know they're a very strong tank unit. 600 HP, 3 armor. It's not bad. Really, you're getting a good bang for your buck. And it does prevent them. Having a good amount does make a good solid prevention for going Bloodlust or any sort of buff that the Orc player would have. So it's good to realize that it's a good idea to be having a good number of Spellbreakers. Your standard human army. God, what the fuck is wrong with me? I always yawn. It's weird. Does anyone notice that? Like, I'm sure all you have. Like, you have to listen to me for like probably another like 20 minutes or something, or like 15 minutes. And I'm gonna make you yawn like 6 more fucking times. God, I think I have like disease. I'm infected with something where I yawn a lot. Can you look that up? Is there a disease that makes you yawn a lot? Like, cause there's like restless leg syndrome, where like if you move your legs a lot, take this medication. It's like, God, I'm fucked. I move my legs sometimes when I'm sleeping. God, I have this fucking disease. God, I'm so sad. And, you know, it's silly, but that's sort of a standard comic routine sort of thing where I have sicknesses for everything now. Maybe there's one for yawning. Should do some research. Now, Mio's just gonna add a little extra DPS to his army and a better tank. Getting an Ogre Mauler, not really required. Not something I would do. It doesn't really add anything to your army in my opinion, but you know, it's his personal choice. Both gold mines still have a pretty decent amount of gold. The game's still going into pretty decent length. It's not like, you know, the game isn't at a point where either player has been chosen a winner, and what you're pretty much seeing right now, and you're going to be seeing a lot for the rest of the game, which really made kind of a disappointing finish for me, is base racing. Fuck, I hate base racing, but yeah, you get to see it. One thing that leads me to believe this matchup is imbalanced, not because the human wins, but the thing that's going to lead me to believe, man, this matchup is kind of fucked up, is quite simply the fact that the human has less heroes, and still wins. That's annoying to me. I don't know if it's annoying to the rest of you. It's definitely annoying to me. I feel like the person with higher level heroes should be in favor, but it's not the case with this matchup, which is retarded. So now, Mio's a TP, so there's no real rush to go home. Lyn just sort of decimating what's left of Mio's base or expansion, and you know, it's just sort of a base race. The game doesn't end here. There is one more good fight. The Pit Lord dies, and the human kills a lot of units and such. What's more to realize about what the order of killing things, usually when they're not at their base and they don't have the ability to TP back, or they do but choose not to, go after their main. In terms of adding pressure to someone, going after their main is like going after their soul. It's eating away at like their being. You need to go after their main. It's extremely important. So here we have first major, one of the last major fights of the game. First thing that's going to be focused on is the Archmage, so he has to be invised, and then obviously he's going to keep getting invised, and every time he gets purged, it sucks ass because you have to keep invising him, then he gets dispelled, and then you have to invis him again. So there are orc preventions to be realized here. The problem what's going to happen now is that he's going to keep dispelling on this Pit Lord, and the Pit Lord's going to go down pretty fast. That was like a 200 damage crit. Yeah, that's a lot of HP. So the problem is, with this army composition that Lin has, is it's really just good focusing heroes. It's sort of rough to say. That's sort of lame. But really, if you think about it, you have Ensnare, which is good for tying down units, aka heroes. You have Blade Master, which does a lot of damage and can kill units, aka heroes. You have Hex, which can make units useless, aka heroes. So it's like, you have a rough time, really, like, using your army for anything but hero killing, in my opinion, which is why I'm not a huge fan of the Blade Master. I think the Orc would be winning if he went FSTCH or SH. I think you'd be like 400 times better off, personally. While most all Orc players disagree with me. So please explain this to me. I do have trouble when I'm playing human, which is basically the only race I really enjoy playing. I go AM and then I go FS versus, or I go BM or Beastmaster versus FS, and then I go MK versus Blade Master. And the problem I'm having is it's very easy to be Blade Master and it's very difficult to be Farseer, but it seems to be the trend where every single Orc I ever meet on ladder always goes Blade Master, and it's really starting to confuse me. Vex Marquise has this theory where Orc players are just lazy and they feel like right-clicking a unit as opposed to microing their Farseer, which is kind of a funny theory. But personally, I don't see the reasoning behind Blade Master, because my friend told me, oh, well, you go Blade Master because you can pick off footmen early and then you can stop the push, and I'm like, I don't know, that doesn't even make sense. If you go FS, then you don't have to stop the push, because you can stop the push with your Farseer. Like, it's less about that and more about, like, I don't know. I don't understand the whole conundrum of these two things. Personally, Farseer is way fucking better than the Blade Master. I don't care what Orcs say. Because maybe you have, I don't know how you ever win with Blade Master. It baffles me. I played a game today versus a guy where I lost every single creep in my first camp to a Blade Master harass. Nearly lost my AM. Barely got level 2. And I just forward pushed him and won, straight up. Like, I didn't lose any foots, so I won. I just pushed him because the Blade Master sucks first pushes. So I don't know. To me, it seems sort of silly that that's how it would go down. But whatever. It's confusing to me. Personally, as a human player, I'd like to see more Orcs swing FS. It makes for much more interesting games because I can't really push as well. And if I do push, it's a much bigger fight as opposed to me just decimating their army and then killing their Blade Master with Dust Bolt. But whatever. It's pretty much the Orc's choice. But that's the game. I don't know. Yep. Anyway, I said at the end of my last audio, I'm gonna say it again. Send me questions and stuff about matchups, and like, if you fucking troll me, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna hunt you down and stab your fucking grandmother. I'm not kidding. I'm sick of it. There's so much shit about trolls and whatever. It's just annoying, you know? I don't need to hear it. And, you know, etc. So send me serious questions. If you're having trouble with human, even if you're having trouble against human, and don't just give me complaints about towers. Tell me what the problem is. Tell me, I'm an undead player, and I have trouble versus mass towers in this situation, on this map, on all maps, on what, like, don't be like, fuck towers, how do I beat them? Because I'm not going to answer you, and I'm not going to give you a shout out, and I'm definitely not going to respond to you, because you're a dick, so don't do that. God damn it. Yeah, that's pretty much my audio, so I hope everyone enjoyed it, and that's Human vs. Orc on TS, Mio versus Lin, Rar, GG.